Hello, Younger Old here, and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be the ever optimist and hoping for a nice warm or hot summer. Stay tuned and watch the intro. Now most of us like a nice warm summer's day for a ride, but let's look at when the temperature starts to climb and changes to a very hot day and how that affects us, the bike and the roads. So let's start with the bike. No real changes here, only to make sure that the tyres are inflated to the correct pressure. We check pressures when they are cold, but the temperature will increase just with the tyres rotating on the road. But on a very hot day, this will increase even more. So make sure they're not overinflated, as this will increase the chance of a blowout. Also consider that in bright sunlight your indicators and brake lights may not be as visible to other road users. Now we know we're going to sweat in the heat unless you discard all your protective clothing. We all see riders who wear a pair of shorts or budgie smugglers and a t-shirt. I respect that this is their own decision and we all have a right to choose what we wear. But when we walk about 4 miles an hour and if we fall over, out go our hands to save us and they get grazed up. So imagine if we come or get knocked off our bike at 30 miles an hour and let's see what happens to our skin. Let's take it further and increase the speed to 70 miles an hour. You can then look at the road and see a trail of your skin stuck to it all the way down the road. At that speed, it's not only the skin that will disappear, it will be muscle as well. So, do we ride around half naked? Or do we dress in our full bike gear and sweat like mad? Or do we just look for a compromise? Now, I will change my textile trousers for a pair of Kevlar jeans with knee and hip armour to give me some protection. My taller boots will be swapped out for my shorter pair as they are cooler and at least they do let a little bit of wind up my trouser leg. I tend to wear the same type of jacket but without the thermal liner and open all the vents. I might undo the collar a few inches just to let a little bit more air through. My gloves will be a lighter summer pair. I always believe in dress for the slide and not the ride. My helmet will have all the vents open and sometimes the visor will be open a bit and the internal sunshade down just to protect my eyes, but this will keep my head a lot cooler. Be careful if you wear sunglasses, as it can be fine one moment until you ride under a canopy of tree cover and then it's like someone just turned the lights out and you're riding in the dark until your eyes can adjust. I've done this once, never again. The internal visor can be operated a lot quicker than removing sunglasses. When the sun is shining in your eyes, it will impair your vision. You are being dazzled. But when the sun is behind you, you're okay. Or are you? Now consider this. If you can see a shadow in front of you when you're on the bike, then the sun is low and it's behind you. Sure, it won't dazzle you, but it will sure be dazzling oncoming traffic, and they might not see you. This happened to me many years ago and I had to take evasive action to avoid a head-on. The driver mentioned he just couldn't see me. Even my headlight was not visible against the brightness of the sun. Dehydration can creep up on you without you knowing. Ask Mickey. Now this can be very dangerous as dehydration can prevent the brain from reacting as quickly. Now, one easy fix. and that's just keep a bottle of fluid, cold water in your pannier or top box or your tank bag. Have a regular stock, just for a couple of minutes, to have a quick drink and stay hydrated. So on that nice, dry, warm summer day, we are just loving being out for a ride, taking our favourite roads and bends, loving the grip that our tyres have with the road. We and the bike and the road are as at one. Ah, wait a minute. What happens if the temperatures soars to a very high figure? Tarmac does melt, and when it does, it will become slippery. So those nice, dry, sweeping bends will now become dangerous. So watch out for this. I mentioned earlier in another video that I have known side stands sink and causing bikes to topple over. Make sure you plan your journey with enough breaks. Don't be tempted to be a mile muncher. Remember, the journey is meant to be enjoyable. It's not just about getting to the destination. Allow extra time for you to get off the bike. Take off your helmet, your jacket, your gloves, and just cool off. Remember to have a drink of cold water or something. If you stop at services and you have a lube break, that extra fluid needs to be expelled somewhere. Give your hands and face a wash with some cold water. A wet wipe will help with other areas. Don't be tempted to remove your boots though, because if your feet have swelled, you might not be able to get them back on. If you have a cap, wear it when you're off the bike to keep the sun off your head, or better still, sit in the shade to help cool off and avoid sunburn. After this break, you will feel more refreshed, more awake and alert, thus making you ride safer for the rest of the journey. Always remember, we do this for fun. It's meant to be enjoyable and not a way of inflicting punishment on ourselves. Okay, yeah, it might take a little bit longer to get there, but does it really matter what time? Does it matter if we're an hour later? If we plan it correctly, there'll be no need to be in a rush in the first place. Well, I hope you enjoyed this content. If you do, please do the ticks to like and subscribe. And as always, take care, ride safe, and bye for now.